welcome back to the channel. Okay, so I just got a new mic, so hopefully this is much better. I did a whole bunch of filming before and the audio didn't turn out. It was too loud in here and it's too loud in the shed. And so I had to redo it and then it still didn't work, so I went out and bought a new microphone and we're gonna try and deal with that here today. This is kind of a new video type of vlog that I'm gonna try and do so I can pump out more videos. We got a lot of projects on the go right now, and one of them is getting this Octominer Flux server up and running. I've had it for quite a few months and it's broken. It just doesn't turn on. No matter what I do, it doesn't work. It may have turned on once, but there's definitely something wrong with it. So I'm in the discussion with Merrick and Chili on Octominer to try and get this fixed, because we've been trying to pump out a review for the Octominer Flux Edition, including all of the drives in the front and the airflow, and then 10 drives in the back, 10 GPUs in the back. But she's not turning on. The meter box sent me these power supply cables, which are awesome. They're short, they're proprietary for this box, and because all the power comes in through here. And these nice short cables go directly to the Founders Editions, which is what I'm trying to do. However, it seems like it's not working again. So anyways, hopefully Merrick from Octominer support can save the day and we can get this up and going so I can send you guys the actual review of this box and we can see what it does on proof of use of work. Ton of CPU, ton of RAM. This thing should be a beast, but we just got to get it working. So that's the big project I want to do. In the meantime, I've taken out all of the GPUs from the majority of my rigs here. There, and they're supposed to be in the Octominer, but now I'm trying to put together a open air rig, and that is a disaster. Come and take a look at that one. All right, we're here in the living room, which is my test bench area for now. This was supposed to be an easy, like, open air rig, but of course nothing is plug and play. There was something wrong. I plugged in the first 3 GPUs and they didn't turn on, so I ended up having to take out the motherboard. I thought maybe I fried the motherboard somehow. That's a good 20-core CPU. It's an i7 9000 something. It's really good. So I was a little bit worried, but tested it with a 500 watt power supply and it worked. So now I'm gonna have to go down to each level and see if it was the riser, if it was the connection, plug it in one by one, test that, turn it on. Ugh. Anyways, I gotta do that like 10 times and I just don't have the time to do it right now. But hopefully this week I'll get this up and running in the shed and we'll be able to just have that going until Octominer can help fix whatever's going on with that server down there. Once that server's done, all these are going in there and we're gonna see what that puppy can do. So speaking of the shed, we did some modifications. Let's go take a look at it. All right, so we're out at the shed. This is probably one of the last cold days that we're gonna be having here. So we had to do a few modifications just to make do until April. Hopefully it's not too loud when we get in here. You can barely hear it out here, which is great, but once you're in there, it's a little bit loud. So here we are. Sweet. The shed in all its glory. So what you can see here is we have 4 customers that are up and going. This is one customer. These are all smaller ASICs, as you can see. So there's another customer, small deployment. He only has 4 machines, but he might be sending more. We got Rabbit Mining down here. Damn you. And then we got another customer here that's trying to sell actually a couple of his mini doges. So look on my Twitter. He posted up the cost of what he wants to sell those for. Give me a shout and maybe we can get that going. So what we ended up doing yesterday was these gable vents, we ended up opening them up a little bit more. So you can see how this has been dremelled off. There was a very thin sliver of I guess an opening on these, so we doubled up the vent opening for those just so that we have extra ventilation for the next month or so. What we're going to be doing is this aisle here is we're going to be adding another 4 of those 10-inch exhausts down there. What that's going to do is that's going to give us a hot aisle that has complete exhaust through this whole thing. And what we're going to do is we're going to seal this hot aisle up, basically create a barrier across all the way down so that this entire section is just exhaust. So there's not going to be a lot of heat exiting from this aisle, which is what we're planning on doing. And that'll be for a day coming soon. But in the meantime, we need to upgrade the networking. So what we've done was we bought this 52 port switch. This thing is a managed 52 port switch. It's got 48 100 gig ports, and then it's got 6 1 gig ports. And that's okay because all of these units actually have 100 meg NICs on them. So right now you can see here all the orange connections are 100 megs per second connections, and that's because on the other side of that connection is 100 meg NIC. So we're gonna replace these two. That's a 24 port and a 16 port. We're gonna replace them with the 52 port switch and managed switch, and then set up the VLANs and get all that stuff ready. It's going to be a tight fit in there, so we're going to have to take out all the networking and really min-max the space that we have. But it should fit, and that's awesome. We're also going to be adding, like I said, 2 more of these AC Infinity fan controllers because we're going to have 4 more fans. So that's going to be a tight fit in there too, but I've measured it all out, and we should be able to get that done with some Dremeling. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this type of video. This will be easier for me to upload to YouTube and Twitter. Now we got to start talking about the sticker wall. So I need a lot of new stickers. Luckily, the MeterBox sent me Rabbit Mining, Octominer, the MeterBox. We got Coastal Crypto up there. We've got SHIB, we got Gold Shell, we got Space Goats, and we need more. So DM me and let's get this whole thing going. Daniel Keller, I'm looking at you. You can take up this whole side if you want. All right. Oh yeah, and we're getting 7 GPU Octominers sent to us. So this bottom shelf is going to be completed in the next couple of weeks. So that's awesome. So this deployment is full. As soon as we get those 7, this deployment is complete, and we're going to be working on the warehouse coming up at the end of Q4. Stay tuned.